Hi, my name is Tuli and today I'll talk you through how you can edit your design settings in Teamtailor. Your design settings are all your branding details such as colors, logos, fonts, and so on. These are going to be reflected everywhere in the platform, so make sure that you edit them accordingly. Let's have a look. Everything regarding your career site can be found up the top of your page here behind the career site button. When you first click here, on the right hand side, you'll find a preview of how your page is currently looking like. And on the left hand side, we've got all the different pages that we can soon start editing. To start editing your design settings, you'll need to go to the top right corner here where you can find the design button. In here, we'll have the same kind of a view as before of the preview on the right hand side and editing details here on the left hand side. The first things we can start editing is our logos. You have two different logo sections here, which are default and optional. These are so that the default logo added in here will be used in some of your email communications. And as you know, emails are sent on a white background, so make sure that the logo that you upload in here is something that can show on such a background. We then also have an optional logo, if you would like to do, for example, like I have done here on my career site. So on my career site and in my other pages in Teamtailor, I am using a white logo. But then in my email communications, I have the pink logo so that it can be visible. To actually upload these logos here, you'll simply need to click onto the logo that you want to upload. Click to add or change image and it will take you to the image library which we had a look at before. If you haven't yet uploaded these images, simply click onto the plus and bring them directly from your computer and then just select the logo that you want to use. We then also have a section for favicon. And if you don't know what favicon is, it is the small icon that is visible in the browser whenever you're visiting a page. The next details we can edit from here are your color settings. Now I'm sure most of you will have color codes that you can simply come and copy paste here, but if not, you can also drag and drop this pin here until you're happy with the color that it's showing. As a tip, when we are editing the main color from here, it will also update the link color, secondary background color, as well as the button background color. So you may want to edit the main color first and then the rest of them after that. Otherwise, it can get a little bit frustrating if you're editing the button color first and then you go to edit the main color again, because it will revert back to the one that you add into the main color. Next, we also have a couple of different styles that we can choose for our links, and you'll also be able to find a preview here on the right hand side for that. When it comes to fonts, we have a couple of fonts here that you can use if you can find the one that your company is currently using. However, if you can't find the font that your company is using, in that case, you'll need to click to the custom fonts here, and there will be a section where you have the opportunity of coming to paste your URL for this specific font that you would like to use. Keep in mind, this font, for it to be able to use, it will need to be a Adobe Kit font, Google font, or something like that. If you know that you, for example, have a fully custom font, in that case, you'll need to reach out to our support team via the chat button and send it to them in this WOF file format so that they can then upload it there for you. If you go with the URL option, also make sure that you type the name of the font here into the header section and then also into the body section so that it can actually work on your career site. Next, we also get to customize how we would like our buttons to look like. We have the options of having them simply outlined or completely filled, as well as, of course, we can choose what kind of corners we would like for them to have. Next, we will get to edit how our career menu looks like. And with career menu, we mean this one that is up the top in here. With the career menu, you have the opportunity of also choosing where your logo is going to be positioned. You have the option of center, left, or right. We can then from here also choose to turn the menu text on or off, as well as we have the opportunity of choosing if we would like to show a share button as part of our career site or not. The color details we can see in here is for the different pages that you've got in Teamtailor. So typically, as part of your career site, you will have a cover image or a cover video. But in some of your other sub-pages, such as your jobs page, where we can simply see a summary of all your jobs in Teamtailor, you'll see a grey bar on the top of the navigation, which you may want to edit the color of. And if you do want to edit the color, you can simply do that from here. Relating to the career menu, which is the one up the top in here, we also have navigation details, so the colors candidates will be able to see whenever they click open the career menu. The final things we have are miscellaneous. The first one being confetti. And what this means is that if you have confetti on every single time a candidate applies to your roles, they will be able to get this fun confetti rain celebrating their application. The next thing is employee pictures. If you choose to show employee photos as part of your career site or anywhere as part of your job advertisements, you'll simply be able to choose if you want them to be there as a circle or as a square. The very last button in your design settings is going to be called Custom Styles. Behind that button, you'll be able to start making some of your own coding changes onto the career site. When you first click onto the button, there will be a pop-up window where you can leave some feedback about the changes that you're wanting to make. Once that feedback has been left, there will automatically be these two boxes where you can then start making the coding changes. Keep in mind, if you do decide to make these changes, it is something that is completely up to you, and you will need to make sure that it's always up to date. Finally, when you're happy with all the changes that you have made, please make sure that you click onto this arrow up the top in here, which says Public Design Changes. If you don't do so, these changes are not going to be reflected on the live page that your candidates are going to be seeing. And as a good tip, whenever there is this pink blinking button, it means that these changes have not yet been published. So make sure to click onto it so that you can see the dot disappear from there. Thank you for watching. Remember that if you need any help, you can always reach out to our support via the chat button in your platform. Happy recruiting!